Rockford's largest fire station could get a $500,000 upgrade, but renovation isn't the only goal.
Yeah, WIFR's Nathaniel Langley meets with the city's fire chief, who says it's time the station gets what it needs for female first responders.
You are in the firehouse 1 out of every 3 days.
Rockford Fire Chief Michelle Pankow knows firefighting isn't for everyone.
You have to be, willing to sacrifice essentially a third of your professional career.
Women on staff face another difficulty. Stations built when the department only employed men. A nearly $500,000 upgrade at Station 6 could bring more showers and bathrooms for accommodating every first responder.
We want you to have a space that you have just, a modicum of privacy, if you will.
Station 6 opened in 1973 and didn't see its first female firefighter until 1978. On a recent visit, U.S. Representative Eric Sorensen learned what's at stake.
If we're not giving the funding that is needed, then we're not going to have that next generation of firefighters that are going to work in the city of Rockford.
Without their own showers, the women of the Rockford Fire Department need someone to keep their foot in the door as they clean themselves from fighting flames.
This is an instance here where we are moving forward. We're moving forward for the benefit of our entire community.
About 6% of Rockford firefighters are female. Chief Pankow hopes Station 6's renovation welcomes more.
I would like to see our department reflect the community that we serve.
In Rockford, Nathaniel Langley, WIFR News.
The renovation unanimously passed through the City Council's Finance Committee. It could be voted on by the entire council next Monday.